This is my Minecraft Harry Potter manor project that I had for social studies. So here's the title, Harry Potter Manor. Then down here is my moat, and I named it Professor Snape's moat because he's a teacher at Hogwarts. Then over here we have platform 9 3/4 wall, and that's the wall that they go through to get to the train that takes them to Hogwarts. Then we have private drive, and that's the street that Harry lived on before he went to Hogwarts. And one of my defensive technologies is a drawbridge. As you can see, the drawbridge went down and back up. Then my first place is Madame Pomfrey's apothecary. And she was the nurse at Hogwarts. And there's 3 beds for the patients. Then we have potions and medicines for the patients. So that's the first building. Now we have Dumbledore's manor house. I picked Dumbledore because he's really famous and really respected, and he has tons of diamonds because he's really rich because he owns the manor, and he's got this other stuff. Then up here is his bedroom. There's not much up there. So that's his manor house. Then over here we have Hogsmeade Butcher. Hogsmeade's a small little town right by Hogwarts that the students can go to on the weekends. And we have the livestock, which is the pigs right here. And I kill one for some raw pork chops and cook them. Here's what we use to slaughter them. I have some cooked pork chops and some raw pork chops. So that's the butcher. Then over here we have Sirius Black's blacksmith, and we have anvils for people to create swords and other weapons, and you can burn coal and make iron and everything in these furnaces. Then we have chests to store the weapons. Then over here we have Dobby's Bakehouse. Whoops. And Dobby was a house elf and worked at the Hogwarts kitchen for a while, so that's why I named it that. And in here we have bread that they made and cake. So that's the bakehouse. Now we have Cornelius Fudge's church, because he's the leader of the Ministry of Magic, and I figured that he's one of the most important figures, so we can name it after him. And we have a cross. You can kneel here. And we have places for people to sit. So that's the church. Then right next to it is his house, his priest house, since he's a priest. And he has diamonds also, like Dumbledore, because he's rich. So this is his priest house. Then, oh nope, I didn't skip one. Then over here we have Mermaid Pond, and that's because Harry found mermaids in one of the books when he was swimming in the pond. Then we have Deathly Hallows River that leads to the 2 fields to supply him with water. Then we have the Forbidden Forest, which is the forest that Harry and the students at Hogwarts could not go in without a teacher because it was very dangerous there. Now over here we have Ollivander's tailor shop. Ollivander created wands and sold them, so that's why he's sort of like a tailor. Then here's stuff for a tailor to use leather and different colored dyes. Then over here we have Hagrid's surf huts, and I named it Hagrid's surf huts because Hagrid lives in huts, in a hut, and the serfs were pretty poor, so all they had was a chest, a bed, and a couple other things. And I made 3 of those. Then my first field that I made was Weasley Fields, named after Ron Weasley and his family. And it's made out of wheat field. Then right over there with those fences is Hermione's cat, but you can't, it disappeared, so you can't see it. And over here we have Ministry of Magic Night Homes. I named it after the government, basically, of the Wizarding World. And the knights would live here. Here's their bed. Then they'd get 64 diamonds, a diamond sword, and armor I gave them. And that's what's in every single room. And anvils to repair their stuff. Next, we have my second field, which is made out of melons, and that's Quidditch Field, named after the sport that Harry plays, which is Quidditch. Then right over here, we have Hedwig's Barn, Harry's pet owl. And then in the barn we have cows, chickens, sheep, and wolves. Okay, now we go over to here. Hippogriff stables. Hippogriffs are these big bird-like animals that Hagrid taught his students how to ride and tame. And they would stay in here. Each has their own individual stable. Now let's head over to the castle. And this road that's bisecting with Private Drive is Diagon Alley Road. Diagon Alley is like the New York City of the Wizarding World, except not as big. But it's got a ton of shops and everything. Then we have Hogwarts Castle. Obviously, that's the name of Harry's school, so that's why I named it that. Then we have the royal throne where the king and queen would stay. Then we have the room for the king or queen. Then up here in the guard towers is my second defensive technology. And it's like a little like a big watch place up here. And my second defensive technology is arrows that I can shoot out at the enemies if I'm being attacked. So that's my manor project. So thanks for watching.